Hello everyone, my name is Stacy Schroeder. I am the Director of Workforce Development at the National Tooling and Machining Association. Thank you so much for showing your interest in our new pre-apprenticeship program. We've pulled together some brief information for your review, and we've got our contact information at the end of this presentation, so please feel free to reach out with us with any questions or to get started at your company or school. First, I wanted to share some testimonials from pre-apprenticeship programs that are similar in nature. So this program was started with ideas from one of our member companies, Penn United Technologies, in Butler County, Pennsylvania. They've worked with a number of local high schools, the VA hospital, and other local community groups to help train future workers for the manufacturing industry. So the NTMA has worked with Penn United to create a more broadly applicable pre-apprenticeship program that is based on NTMA proprietary content, our NTMAU online training courses, and newly developed hands-on exercises. As you all know, we have a huge manufacturing skills gap that's impacting us now and will continue to do so unless we find creative ways to get people interested in and involved in our industries. So first, I wanted to share just a couple testimonials from people that have been involved with these types of pre-apprenticeship programs. So this first one is a young man who is a honorably discharged Army veteran, had a hard time finding good employment when he came back from service, got linked up with Penn United's pre-apprenticeship program through the Butler County VA hospital. He was a little bit skeptical about a career in manufacturing, but decided to give it a try. And he found it challenging and enjoyable and was asked if he'd be interested in pursuing an apprenticeship program at Penn United. He was very enthusiastic. He's found it very challenging and beneficial. He's nearly earned his Journey Workers papers. He has great benefits, and he's got a family-sustaining wage so he can provide for himself and his young son. He's got a comfortable lifestyle. He feels very proud of his accomplishments thus far, and he's looking forward to all the opportunities that this career path has in store for him. Pre-apprenticeships are also a great way for current workers or students to learn more about more technical positions that might be available to them. So if you've got somebody that's newer, maybe they're working on the manual deburring, maybe they're doing assembly, maybe they're in shipping and receiving, any sort of role within your company, and they've expressed interest, or you think they have the aptitude for a more technical role, a pre-apprenticeship program is a great way to get them more involved. We also have plenty of testimonials from educators that have worked with these pre-apprenticeship programs, and we've done a lot of due diligence to make sure that the layout that we're using for this program is viable, it is sustainable, and it's developed into specific timed chunks that can be executed in a number of different fashions depending on the needs of your company or school. So just some details around the package. So it's got a few components. The first one is the textbook. So it's 6 by 9 inch, 450 pages, double-sided with some color images. There are 21 sections. Each of them is timed to be 2 hours each. We've got a very robust table of contents that explains each of those 21 sections and the lessons within. We have an explanation on NIMS credentials. We have pulled relevant sections from NTMA's self-published textbooks on math and blueprint reading. And we have new hands-on exercises for blueprint blocks and precision measuring. And then we have an answer key for all of those activities. The package comes with access to 5 NTMAU courses. The first one is Basic Math. Then there's Basic Blueprint Reading, Precision Machining Technology 1, Quality SPC Inspection, and a new CNC mini course. For the hands-on exercises, we can either provide a thumb drive with 2D and 3D files, so that your company or school can physically manufacture the blueprint blocks and precision measuring exercise part yourselves, or we can supply those physical parts. So it's a set of 16 blueprint blocks and there's just one precision measuring piece. And we'll go into more details about each of these components. So first I've got a few slides showing pages from the textbook. So on the left you've got the cover, and then here's just part of the first page of the table of contents. So we've got an introduction, some information on the materials, supplies, and tools. And then as you can see, we've got bold section headings. So section 1 and section 2 are shown on this page. So each section shows the chapter, and then which NTMAU course it aligns with, and which lessons. So you can see that section 1 covers chapter 1, NTMAU 1-1120 Basic Math, lessons A through J. Then each of those subheadings has specific page numbers for each of the lessons. So it's designed where the students will view the lesson online, they will read the appropriate pages in the textbook, and completing all that activity for section 1 should take approximately 2 hours. Everything in section 2 should take approximately 2 hours, and so on, all the way through section 21. Here are some example pages from the blueprint section. So they're asked to review blueprints that are included in the textbook and answer specific questions about it. They also have plenty of reading material and the videos from NTMAU to give them even more information. Here are some examples of new material that we've added on measuring systems. So we've got a page here on steel rules with some pictures. And then on the right-hand side, here are examples of the first 8 blueprint blocks. So these blocks, which we'll show in a moment, are approximately 3-inch cubed. We've got a set that's made of machined wax currently. What's interesting about them is it gives students a physical object to manipulate to help them understand blueprint drawings and figuring out where there's hidden lines, etc. These next two, on the left, we've got a measurement exercise. So that piece towards the bottom left-hand side is the precision measuring exercise piece. And there is a multitude of activities that students are asked to perform with that piece. And then on the right-hand side is one of the math problems in the basic math portion of the course. And here are some images of the blueprint blocks and the precision measuring exercise piece. So the top left and bottom right photos are the blueprint blocks. Just to give you an idea, there are ones that are more rectangular, there's some that have round dimensions, there's different holes and cuts and angles. And then the precision measuring exercise piece, the yellow piece in the middle, is approximately 5 to 6 inches in length, and it's got a number of interesting features that students will use their measuring kits to measure. So as part of the package, we recommend that students have a 6-inch rule that measures both fractional and decimal, and then a set of calipers and a micrometer. Grainger is our preferred partner for those supplies, so we've listed some specific item numbers in the material, tools, and supplies section of the textbook. But of course, you're welcome to use whatever you have at your company or school. And students would definitely be able to share the blueprint blocks and exercise piece, as well as the tools. But the textbooks are required by each student because there's components where they need to write in their answers in the book. So the next component is access to NTMAU courses. So for those of you that haven't seen NTMAU before, it is a fully online program. These courses were developed by the NTMA with input from our members who are industry experts in precision machining and tool and die making. There are a total of 22 courses divided into 6 series. For this pre-apprenticeship program, we've chosen 5 that make the most sense for a foundational program such as this. So this is the home page that a student would see. On the left-hand side, it'll show their total number of courses that they're enrolled in. For the pre-apprenticeship program, this number would be 5. And then it shows each of the courses. It shows when they were enrolled, what their status is, how many modules or lessons there are, and then what percentage complete they are. So like any learning management system, you can stop and start as needed, and it remembers where you left off. This is an example of once a student gets into one of the courses, what it looks like. So on the left-hand side, they've got this information on the course contents. So they can scroll down and see the different areas that they'll be learning in the course. And then they'll have videos to watch. So all of the courses are designed as a series of narrated and annotated videos. So sometimes it's Word documents where we're showing math. Sometimes it's three-dimensional blueprints in a CAD software that we're manipulating. Sometimes it's shop equipment, and we've got annotations and drawings while we're narrating the important pieces to watch for in the video. So we will check out NTMA U very quickly and look at Lesson F in the basic math course. So give me just a moment while we transition to NTMA U. So now I'm on the admin side just so I can do this demo for you. But once we get to the video, it will be exactly as a student would see it. So we'll watch about 1.5 or 2 minutes of this.
This problem can be found on page 40 of your practical math book. It is problem number 18. So I'll give you a chance to go to that. Of course, you can pause this video. What we're going to do is we're going to look for distance y, and to solve for distance y, we would want to use the horizontal dimensions that are moving in that direction, beginning with the 1 inch 62 thousandths, as well as the 312 thousandths. So let's bring a calculator over and take a look at that. So to begin with, point 312. That's the 312 thousandths plus 1 inch 62 thousandths, okay? 1.062. Hit your equal sign. There's answer y. Answer y comes out to be 1 inch 374 thousandths. Now our next one's not going to be quite as easy. We're going to be looking for distance w. So to find distance w, we know that we have a starting dimension here of 3 inches 5 thousandths. To get this, what we have to do is take the 3 inches 5 thousandths, subtract the 400 thousandths from it, subtract the 1 inch 62 thousandths from it, subtract the 312 thousandths from it, and subtract the 987.5 thousandths from it. And that
Okay, so that was an example from the basic math course. So let's go back to the presentation here. So next we'll check out a short video from the basic blueprint reading course. So this one has some great 3D models. So let's go there. So bear with me while I find our basic blueprint course. And then we'll go into our content area and we'll pull up this video. Actually, I'll pull up a different one just so it's a little bit more visually interesting. We'll try this one on developing orthographic views. So again, we'll watch about 1.5, 2 minutes of this one.
Okay, in this lesson, we are going to take a look at orthographic projections. And this would be, or this would represent the front view of the part. This here, short dashed lines, are all hidden lines. This line here is a center line, and this is a hidden line. So that means something's going on inside this piece that you can't see. We'll take a look at this and see what we have, but this is going to be a whole. Let's take a look at this whole piece part. Now if we turn this piece and we maneuver it around, we would then have what we call a pictorial view here. So all of this inside here is a pictorial. It just means that you see the full part. This is going to be our front view, This will be our top view, and this will be the right side view. And we're going to manipulate this around so that you can see how this thing is created. But keeping in mind, this point right here, or this edge right here, is going to be this hidden line coming down here. This edge right here, or this given point here, will be this hidden line coming down here. This center line is this center line here. And then
okay, so that gives you an idea of the blueprint reading course. So now we'll go back into our presentation. So now, of course, the questions that you probably have are around pricing and access. So as those of you that are familiar with NTMA courses probably know, the prices that we're showing here are extremely affordable and really a great discount. So we are offering this book with access to the courses for $200 per student. If you have a portal, so a school, a government agency, a large NTMA member, if you have your own portal, you can access the book and the courses through your portal for only $100 per student. So that pays for the physical textbook. This program is not available through chapter portals. So it's only available through national, and that's $200 per student for the book with access to courses, or it's $100 per book per student for member companies, government entities, or schools that have purchased a portal. Along with the textbook, students will need a set of the physical blueprint blocks and the precision piece, or you'll need the files to print it. So to buy a physical set of 16 blocks and the precision measuring piece, it's $150. To buy a thumb drive that has the files needed to print the blocks and that piece, it's $75. And as you can imagine, you could share those pieces for a group of students, or you could purchase a thumb drive and then make multiple copies yourself. And then there are 3-piece tool sets that we recommend students to have. And again, those are things that you could have shared amongst a group of students. So it includes a caliper, micrometer, and a 6-inch rule. We've pulled some item numbers from Granger since they're a preferred partner, but you can either use what you have at your school or company right now, or you could purchase through another source. In terms of timeline, we'd love to launch this program with several schools or companies by the end of this year, and we plan to submit the pre-apprenticeship program for approval with the Pennsylvania Department of Labor. The Pennsylvania Department of Labor has been at the leading edge for pre-apprenticeships, and they already have some experience reviewing and approving those programs. So we'd like to start there. In 2019, we'd like to launch this program with at least 2 chapters and at least 3 other members or schools, and we plan to submit the program for approval nationally. So for next steps, you can contact me via email or phone, and we'd love for you to schedule a one-on-one conversation or meeting with us to get started at your company or school. The textbooks are currently at our vendor, and we're getting some printed right now. And we will have blueprint blocks, the precision measuring exercise piece, and thumb drives also available before the end of the year. So I hope this information was helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you, and have a great day.